The elimination final was a bit of a fizzer. We needed a classic in the qualifying final, and Jarrod Cotton, we got that in spades.
Certainly did. It was a game of two halves. I mean, the Eagles really dominated the first half, kicking goals against the breeze, obviously in the first quarter, but Raymond coming on kicking 3 goals. Hall there had a great first half of the game. Competition around the stoppages was fantastic. They held the footy inside their forward half really well and just proved too much for West Adelaide in that first half.
Some of the lesser lights really stood up for the Eagles. Angus Poole, the late inclusion there, was fantastic. And West Adelaide seemed to be taking a bit of time to get their rhythm into motion. And when they did start to flick the switch, they played a very good brand of football in the second half.
They certainly did. And we spoke about, obviously, having the 10 players coming in. And sometimes it takes a half of footy for those blokes to find their legs. And it certainly seemed to be that way in the second half. But they ran the game out really well. Once they got their momentum and got some goal scores on the board, they started to play some really good football.
Once they moved through the midfield and got towards the outside of that 50-yard, particularly when they were kicking with the wind, their tackling pressure was one thing that was really critical for them. They created the turnover and they got the reward for it.
They certainly did, and obviously in the third quarter, Ferguson went forward and kicked this fantastic goal for him as well. John O'Beach went forward, Hartlett as well. So they really did in the third quarter just roll the dice and put the Eagles under immense pressure, but also around the football as well. I thought they made a big impact as well.
The experience for the Eagles was very crucial. Luke Jarrod, the 24 disposals. Luke Powell was fantastic for them also. We thought they were going to run away with it at one point, the Eagles. Someone forgot to tell the Bloods.
Certainly did, and in the last quarter, obviously, which will come up in the highlights as well, the captain courageous Ferguson going back with the flight of the ball. It was game on at that point, anyone's game, and from that point onwards, West Adelaide just dominated the game in the last quarter. Tuck was excellent, playing as a ruckman type on baller, and he was fantastic in the last quarter as well.
Certainly was there. West Adelaide just coming from behind and snatching a win from the clouds. They were fantastic in that second half, led there by Travis Tuck with the 3 goals. He was outstanding for them. Quarter by quarter, it was the Eagles by 2 points at quarter time. We thought they'd blown it open in that first half. 27-point leaders at half time. They still led at 3/4 time, but the Bloods storming home to win a classic qualifying final by 7 points.
Squeeze it up! Squeeze it up! Here we go! Let's go, you boys! Here we go! Happy team at West East! We're the Mighty Valentines! We love our club and we play to win! We're the Rocks with a green at West East! Come on, mate, from the striving! Teamwork is the thing that counts for 3, 2, 1.
And after the game, I caught up with an extremely happy West Adelaide coach, Andrew Collins. Andrew, I've been following SANFL for 40 years. That's really got to be one for the ages.
Yeah, great character, wasn't it? You know, obviously the resilience as a group has been building for 6 years, and a lot of character. And you can hear that I've lost my voice a bit. So it was a great game, one of our great wins.
What switch did you flick at half-time? You looked like you were dead and buried. What did you actually change to mix things up for that second half?
Yeah, we obviously changed a structure quite considerably and put energy into around the ball. And obviously the rest of it, though, Chris, we'd like to keep secret in case we need to go there again.
You had some young players really stand up again on the day. You had Keogh, Bonnie, these sorts of players. They've been the real key in the second half of the season.
Well, I will share that they were really down at half-time. And I put it on those kids, Silverlock, Bonnie and Keogh. You know, they weren't contributing to the game at that point in time. And I said, you're not spectators out here. We need everyone to contribute. And to the credit of those 3 young boys, they really stood up.
It's a hard coach sometimes to pick a leader for a footy club. Ryan Ferguson, I guess, is a pretty easy choice. When you see that sort of thing, that must just repay 150 times.
Oh, mate, he's a beauty. And I know that as a coach, get a lot of accolades, but a captain is critical in footy, and we saw it with McVeigh over the weekend, Selwood over the weekend, and we've got Ryan Ferguson. And mate, we take credit in regards to coaches of 6 years. It's Fergie's boys.
You've got the big test next week against Nord, but go and soak this up with the playing group. I think this is one you've really got to celebrate.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that challenge, you know, so hopefully it'll be a really good contest.
Enjoy this one for the next few minutes, Colin.